Welcome back. You with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow, and tonight in the hot seat is Vikram Solar. Joining us on the show is Gyanesh Chaudhary, MD of Vikram Solar. Gyanesh, thank you so much for your time here on Leaders of Tomorrow. You know, we speak with entrepreneurs like yourself all the time to try and get a sense and a better sense really of what the market is looking like for your specific industry. For you though, in the solar industry, I want to understand more about the whole Make in India initiative and how the solar industry and how companies like yourself are really working towards that.
As you know that recently we set up a manufacturing plant in Chennai, which is almost doubling our capacity, and we are now the largest in terms of our manufacturing turnaround of 2.5 gigawatts per annum. I think this itself is a testament that there's a lot happening with respect to what we anticipate in terms of growth in the solar manufacturing sector. And being the front runner of this space, we hope to definitely contribute significantly.
What, in your opinion, makes India and what makes Vikram Solar a great place then when it comes to solar energy and solar energy production?
I think we are, currently right there in the Tropic of Cancer. It's the perfect space to be in with respect to radiation, solar irradiation. India has set a target of 450 gigawatt of renewables, and as expressed by our Honorable Prime Minister by 2030. And out of that, 60%, which is about 300 to 80 gigawatt, is whopping 60% is coming from solar. So this is a huge ambitious target, and India is quite in line. Recently, we completed 100 gigawatt of solar installations, which is a feat that even 5-6 years ago we could not envision. So I don't see this as a challenge, and I also we also know that considering the current policy framework and the support that domestic manufacturers as well as developers are getting, we will be able to achieve this target.
I want to talk about the government push and government initiatives when it comes to solar energy production. As someone who's so closely associated, of course, with this industry, as a front runner in this industry, what more do you think the government should be doing, Gyanesh?
Apart from what's already being discussed, I think PLI is a front runner for this. But as we have been in the sector for the last 15 years, we don't see significant support for existing manufacturers. So as an ecosystem which has currently brought this industry to its current status, we deserve and expect certain allocation of PLI for domestic manufacturers. Apart from that, I think India not only can cater to its domestic demand, India is and can be a large exporter of solar panels and solar systems. Vikram is the largest exporter currently. From the announcement of GST to now, there is a lot of confusion with respect to what should be the GST rate for solar panels and systems. I do request the government to get that clarification through at the earliest, which will help us mitigate the risks on those projects which are currently ongoing. As far as custom duty is concerned, currently we are in a blackout period where we don't have any safeguard from import dumping. While this period is harming the domestic manufacturers greatly, we expect that from 1st of April, basic custom duty will be made applicable. But in the meantime, there should be a scheme where domestic manufacturers um, are given a pass-through for domestic-made panels for projects which are awarded prior to the period.
What, in your opinion, perhaps are some of the barriers that are preventing more entrepreneurs from entering solar energy?
I think the biggest barrier has been the pandemic, where we saw a huge surge in metal prices. The base metal prices play a very big role in how we, how we source and procure material for our manufacturing. Um, uh, there are a lot of contracts which are pre-sold, and unfortunately, like other industries, the solar industry is not offered price variation with respect to contracts. So there has been a big hit that a lot of manufacturers have taken because of this. I'm hoping that going forward, this will be addressed through incorporation of the price variation clause in supply and EPC contracts. That's probably a very important aspect of how we want to address this volatility. Apart from that, I think just the whole pandemic situation has disrupted supply chain quite significantly. So while it has posed as a challenge to be able to have predictability around procurement and production, but it also has thrown in some great opportunities for domestic manufacturing and enabling the local ecosystem so that we don't have to depend on imports. So it's a fine balance, and it's also an opportunity today.
All right, Gyanesh, thanks so much for your time. Completely out of time in this episode of Leaders of Tomorrow. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our contact details coming up on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.